Driving.ca. Accelerate your car buying.
Hi, I'm Katherine Legge and you're watching Driving.ca. North America's most powerful open-wheel race cars can be found in Champ Car. And this year, Champ Car brings us a brand new breed of race cars. I'm Elizabeth Ray Collett for Driving.ca, and I'm here with Katherine Legge, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what we can expect this year in Champ Car. I know you had a lot of success last year, and I know that you also had some troubles. Can you tell me a little bit about your experiences? It was a very up and down year for me. It was a typical rookie year, and especially seeing as, I really just didn't have any experience. I'd done 1 year in Atlantics, and that was my only full season of racing. So we kind of moved up a little bit early, and we had some very good races. You know, we had a couple of good results, and then some bad ones too, and a big wreck in the middle. So it was one of those years I'm very excited about this year, because I think I've got all of that out of the way, and I definitely think it was the right thing to do, you know, moving up early, because now when the new cars have come out, I don't have to worry about, you know, pit stops and push to pass and the power and everything else, the engineering that goes along with it. You know, it's like I'm kind of more acclimatized to it now. You have that all under your belt and you're ready to start fresh. I hope so. Yeah. We had a couple of good finishes, you know, even before the big accident on Road America, we were running 6th. We had the first oval I ever did, we finished 6th out as well, and we probably would have been on the podium had we not had front wing fail, so that was good too. You know, it's been very up and down, it really has, and I just learnt so much. I got to work with, you know, a great team in PKV, and 2 of the best drivers in the world in Jimmy Vasser and Oriol Servier, and certainly 2 of the most experienced, so it was a big learning curve for me, for sure. Now, with your crash, I don't know how you walk away from that and still get back in the car. How do you feel? Right now, I kind of feel like I wasn't in the race car. You know, I can think of it very analytically, and I don't have any emotion attached to it at all. It's like your subconscious completely severs any feeling you had towards the crash, and it's like somebody else is driving the car, and just one of those things that maybe got me a lot of attention, but certainly nothing I'd like to repeat, that's for sure. I've heard you talk greatly about the safety teams on the track. Yeah, they are awesome. The safety crew and the medical team at Champ Car are the best in the world by a long chalk. It's incredible. I think there were 38 seconds from the start of the accident to the actual crash, and my dad sent them an email saying whoever was driving the truck definitely deserved a Champ Car test. You know, they got me out quickly, they checked me over, and, you know, testament to how strong the old Lola car was as well. You know, now it's been kind of put away for the remainder of its life. It was just one of those really great race cars that, you know, we were sad to lose, but now we've kind of gone with evolution and we've got an even better one now. So talking about the new vehicle, I know there's a lot of different things we can look out for. Can you tell us what exactly you're happy about with this new vehicle? A quick overview. Yeah, we've tested the car twice now. We had a very successful test down in Sebring in January, and then obviously we went on to Houston a couple of weeks ago, and we've got one more test remaining till the first race in Vegas, which is, again, it's a new race. We've got some new venues. We've got obviously the new race car, which I'll tell you a little bit about now. It's lighter, it's smaller. We've got a slightly different engine. We've got paddle shift, which, believe you me, is a godsend, because it means we don't have to take our hands off the wheel. And all the drivers ended up with massive blisters on their hands because of that horrible sequential box that we had last year. So that's a good thing. We've got slightly more downforce, mostly coming from the underside of the car. We've got a big underwing, which sucks the car to the ground, which will make it better for overtaking, because if you're just reliant on the front and rear wings, then it means you can't run as close to each other in traffic. So hopefully you should see more overtaking going on. It's more compliant over the bumps. The rear end of the car really feels like it's stuck to the ground a lot more, which is a good thing for me, because the old car was big and heavy and brutal, and, you know, it kept thinking that it was going to escape from you. So this is a really nice evolution. That's what I call it. It's definitely just the evolution. I've also heard that the actual beginning of the race is going to be different. What is a standing start? Can you explain that to viewers? Yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of those. Obviously, it's one of those things that we used to do in European racing a lot, and a lot of series still do it. It's going to add another element. Some races will be standing start, some will be rolling, I believe, dependent on the racetrack and whether it allows it. Now, Toronto, I think we're going to do a standing start, which will be awesome. And we have a launch control that they're working on at the moment, which basically means you hold down the button and you rev it to, I don't know, 70% throttle or whatever, and then you just drop the clutch and it should launch for you up to a certain mile an hour, like maybe 55, and then it will cut out. But we were trying that in Houston as well. We were sitting there with wheel spin, we were stalling. It's going to be so exciting to see who gets off the line the best, because it's a new thing for everybody. And did they give you enough time to rehearse with it? Yeah, I think we're going to get enough practice, and it will just be, add another element to it, and I think that's a really good thing. It's more fun for the spectators at the end of the day, and that's who we're trying to keep happy, because, they're our business. One last thing I wanted to ask you. I know, a few of your fellow drivers from last year have moved over to different series, specifically AJ. So how do you feel about people leaving your series, and do you think that's maybe something for your future?
Never say never. I'm very focused on Champ Car at the moment, and that's where I'm passionate about it. That's where I think my future lies for the time being. But who knows what's going to end up in the future? For sure, I miss AJ. Bless him. It was a lot of fun to be around, and he was a great driver, and we were good friends. So it's going to be hard. It probably means that I'm going to go to some NASCAR races this year, but we'll see what happens. So just in general, the car is a lot lighter. Well, a lot. As in general terms, a little bit lighter at least, and a little bit smaller, so it'll make it more nimble, and it'll make it more able to drive the street races a little bit easier. It's more compliant over the bumps, that kind of thing. Now, as you can see, it's a different looking car, but you've got different wings. You have, for sure, a bigger back wing, bigger rear wing there, but it actually doesn't give you as much downforce on the wings. But underneath the car, you have the under tray, which acts as like a wing in itself. It's an underwing that sucks the ground to the floor. Obviously, if you look in the cockpit here, you have the paddle shift. You have all the normal general steering buttons and things going on there, and all your lights that flash at you and things like that. But you also have the paddles, and now they're done by magnets. So you just click that left one and it shifts down a gear. It also won't let you shift down unless it's in the right rev range, so it helps you not to blow engines up and things like that. It takes a lot of onus off the driver. There is actually a button down here on the left-hand side, you can see, and that puts it into manual mode. The only way that it can do that if it's in manual mode. Otherwise, it will only do it in a certain rev range. It will blip for you, so when you change down a gear, you blip the throttle to bring the revs up, so it matches the gears. Well, basically, it does all that for you. So you have to time it right and everything, because it won't go down unless you're in the right rev range and going at the right speed. But it does a lot of things for you. And like I say, it's physically easier because you've got both hands on the wheel. You haven't just got the left hand on the wheel. And it takes away from having to, change gear mid-corner and things like that. It's just a lot easier, a lot smoother, a lot more advanced, a lot more Formula One-like, if you will. Right, now these bits are all designed to fly off, so you've got obviously all your suspension parts and everything that will just completely, come off in the case of an accident, as will the wings, and the engine is going to break away from the tub. So right behind the roll bar there, that's where the engine is mounted to the tub, and that is designed to come off as well. The roll bar on these cars are slightly higher. Hopefully nobody will test it to see how strong it is. And obviously then the driver is sitting in right up until the nose box there, where you can see just underneath the Bosch sticker.
So your feet just go right under there.
Yeah, and that is where the tub is, and that tub is hopefully, strong enough to survive a big hit like mine was last year, which is a good thing. So yeah, built just as strong, if not stronger than the Lola, we hope, and very safe. This year we have the Panos, and this is the Panos 01, because it's the first one they've made so far, so we're looking forward to a new era here in Champ Car. We have a slightly new, different engine in as well. It's still a Cosworth, just different sounding, different engine, kind of different way it bolts to the car and things as well. So again, just like I said before, it's just an evolution. But basically we're still giving out 750 horsepower, and it's still one of the fastest racing cars on the planet, so it should be an exciting year.
The Champ Car World Series begins April 8th in Las Vegas, and then it heads to Toronto for July 6th. Check out Driving.ca for all your racing coverage.